So, I don't normally do this. I don't really get on social media a lot for a variety of reasons. The main one being that for my own mental health, I don't like dealing with a bunch of rando incels coming into my comment section to debate me using a combination of bad faith arguments, moving goalposts, and logical fallacies. Also, they can tell me that my opinions, my progressive values, and all that sort of stuff are actually wrong, and then they call me a cuck soy boy or whatever dumb made up lexicon they're using to denigrate the people that they don't agree with this week. You know, one of the things that they accuse us of on the left of doing. So, like I said, I don't normally do this, but it is currently Sunday, November 10th, and as I'm sitting here in a very red state, I won't say which one, but it is one of the deeply red ones. As I'm sitting here in a red state that I moved to so that I could work at a public university, again, I won't say which one. All that information is readily available on the internet, so feel free to look for it and try to get me fired. But none of what I'm saying has anything to do with my place of employment. Um, it's all my opinions, all my thoughts and ideas, nothing to do with where I work. But as I sit here trying to process what happened on Tuesday of this week, I just felt like I needed some sort of community, some feeling of belonging with people. And everything that I'm saying here is probably going to sound really rambly because I didn't prepare any remarks. I didn't write anything down. This is all just kind of off the top of my head. So it may kind of jump all over the place. Hopefully none of my public speaking students see this so that they don't see that I'm not doing the things that I tell them to do. Um, but I just had to get some thoughts out because I'm sitting here trying to take a little bit of solace in the fact that it wasn't actually half of the country that voted for fascism, sexism, racism, misogyny, homophobia, transphobia, all that stuff. I'm trying to take solace in the fact that it was actually only about 20% of the entire population of the United States and about 30% of the eligible voters in this country that voted for all that, just so that they could pay a little less at the gas pump, so they could pay a little less at the grocery store, so that they could, pay a little less for car insurance or whatever. Not that they will, because everything about our new Dorito Mussolini in chief is a disaster, and it's gonna every policy that he's gonna make and enforce, along with his cronies who rode his popularity to power, is going to be a disaster for everyone, but not just for white people, which is what I am, as you can see, but for people of color, especially, for queer people, especially, for women, especially. They are going to be the ones that are going to be most hurt here. And, I mentioned I'm a white guy, and this is another reason why I don't really do this too often. I don't hop on YouTube and make videos. I don't use social media a lot because I am a 50-year-old cishet white guy. And the world has moved beyond the need to hear what I think about everything. And I'm okay with that. As you can see, I have all my little, nerdy things that I like, and that I focus on that. And I wish I could just focus on that. But given the results of Tuesday's election, I can't do that. I can't just sit here and watch terrible movies like I like to do. I can't sit here and read comics like I like to do. I can't just sit around and play video games like I like to do. I have to reach out to find other people who are scared like I am, who are angry like I am, and who are gearing up to fight back over the next, hopefully, just 4 years, but probably longer. I needed to reach out. I needed to find some semblance of community. Because right now, the people who hate so many of us, who hate people on the left, who hate women, who hate people of color, who hate queer people, they're in charge. And it doesn't help me to remember that it's just a small minority. We are currently facing being ruled, for lack of a better term, by a small minority of scared individuals. The folks on the right, especially men, love to go on and on about masculinity and how masculinity is under attack and what happened to men and all this stuff. And they project this guise of toughness, if we're going to use the words of Jackson Katz, who, for those of you who don't know, is a very prominent activist and scholar who studies and talks about masculinity. They're projecting a tough guise. But deep down, every single one of them is just scared. They're terrified of women, especially strong, independent women. They're scared of people of color. They're scared of queer people. They're scared of people on the left. They're scared of their own irrelevance. And I know I'm not saying anything that has not been said to death at this point about the people who are now in charge. But every single one of them is just a scared little boy who accuses others of needing a safe space, but needed their own safe space to the point where they are now going to reshape the world so it is a safe space for them. And one of the things that I'm sitting here and thinking about, because my partner, who is a lovely woman who considers herself queer because she identifies as non-binary, I am so glad that we don't have kids. One of the reasons we didn't have kids is we just didn't want them. That wasn't something we wanted. We preferred to be crazy, childless cat lady people, in the words of our new vice president. But man, I am so glad that I don't have kids right now for a variety of reasons. One, I don't want them growing up in a devastated, climate ravaged hellscape, for lack of a better term. But I'm also glad, especially, that I don't have daughters, because I don't want anyone to have to deal with the guys who think that your body, my choice is a valid philosophy. I can't imagine anyone with daughters voting for that and being okay with it. So, as you know, like I said, I don't normally do this for a lot of reasons. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of comments coming in about, again, how I'm some soy boy cuck who, uh, you know, doesn't have balls or whatever. Bunch of scared little boys projecting because they can't deal with the world leaving them behind and changing. I'm sure my comments are going to get flooded with that, if there's any at all. I don't even know if anybody's going to watch this video. But I needed to get out there. I probably won't even make another one of these videos. I doubt it. But I needed to get myself out there so that I could find that sense of community. And so that I could also just let people know that I'm here if you need me. We got to take care of each other. We have to take care of each other because the people in charge now sure as hell aren't going to do that. They're going to take care of their billionaire donors like they always have. And so I just want to let everybody know that I'm part of a community and I stand with you. I don't know if that helps. I don't know if that does anything, but I stand with you. And hopefully, and this is just, it's starting to sound corny or whatever, but hopefully we can all get through this together and push back against the the evil, the awfulness that is going to come down the pipeline over the next 4+ years. Anyway, that's all I got. Stay safe, take care, and don't give up the fight.